Welcome to this episode of EagleAir TV. I'm Lucas Finger. This episode features winter guards, some special canines, international foods, pigs, Christian clubs, and our uke in the know. This year, the Winter Guard got an update with two teams. Lizzie Carr has more.
COVID has affected schools all over the world. At Nixa High School, there have been some new changes to the Winter Guard.
There's Insight and then there's Envision. Insight's the new guard. Envision has stemmed from the old ones.
Justice Jones, a sophomore in Envision, says that the new guard groups come with new opportunities.
I feel like the higher guards are able to really push themselves when there's two different guards, and the lower guards are able to build up their skill for the coming marching season.
Amelia Farmer, a senior also in Envision, says that they have to make accommodations during their rehearsals and showcases.
It used to be more hands-on, like they would show us how to do things, and now they just really have to try and explain it to us and try really hard not to use our equipment if they don't have theirs. There's a lot of differences, like when we do our showcases, we can only have 2 visitors, so each of us get 2 tickets, and so it's not like a whole big thing where a bunch of people can come and watch us. It's really limited, which is unfortunate because, I would love more people to come and see what we do.
Jones says this season has been unique for the team.
I think we are very lucky to have A, our marching season, and B, our winter season, especially with 2 winter guards. I feel like having 2 guards really makes it more conducive to what we can do individually, and it helps with individual prep and practice, and it makes us more accountable for our own skill level.
The friendships that I've made and the connections that I've made with people, I've gotten a really good friend group out of it.
For EagleAir TV, this has been Lizzie Carr.
International Foods has drawn a lot of attention from students at our school due to the enjoyment of the class. KALEB Stafford elaborates.
International Foods is a class that is all about teaching students the culinary art skills necessary to make a homemade meal and to expand their views on certain cultures and the cuisines affiliated with them. Taylor Baker says that there are not many requirements to take the class.
At the very beginning, you have to learn all about kitchen safety and kitchen measurements, so there's definitely some work that goes into it, but once you get that done, you get to be hands-on in the kitchen. It's a lot of fun. We do all sorts of stuff from Italy, like pastas and breads, and then we do Eastern Asia, so they get to do Chinese food, Russian food, Indian food, and then we wrap up with Mexico, so they get to do different types of Mexican dishes. If you're thinking about it, you should just do it. It can be intimidating to try something new, but it's a lot of fun. It's a life skill that you're always going to have to use. You're going to have to know the basics to cook at some point in your life, so why not learn them now?
Caleb James, a student taking the class, shares his overall experience with International Foods.
This class is super fun. Whenever we cook, whenever we're in the classroom, it's not fun. But when we cook, you get to be with all your friends. You get to eat good food if you're a good cook. So it's very enjoyable.
This is Caleb Stafford with EagleAir TV.
The city of Nixa just passed a new ordinance allowing pet pigs. Lily Maggard gives us more.
Miniature pigs are now legal pets in Missouri. Liz Massengale says she was inspired to start having pigs.
I'm from North Carolina, and I had a death in the family, and I went home to North Carolina. We were traveling, and we stopped someplace to eat, and a truck full of pigs stopped next to us. And it was a really hot day, and I just remember that the pigs were squealing like at a really high pitch, like screaming almost, and like they just seemed so unhappy, and something inside of my heart just broke. And so I started doing research into pigs and found out all this information about how intelligent they were and how loving they were and their personalities. And I thought, you know, that is something I want to know more about, and I want to educate other people, because I feel like maybe we're doing this whole species a huge injustice.
Breeding is illegal in the city of Nixa. However, Massengale lives just outside the city limits.
My ultimate goal is not that we're just going to be like this breeder that just sends out pigs, but we're actually going to be an educational resource for the community. We will selectively breed and give the opportunity to the community to adopt. However, the adoption process will be a very highly vetted process.
Massengale says the ordinance will make a difference for pigs and pet owners.
I was very happy with the ordinance in that it was so specific. There's to be no breeding, it's on size, you know, microchipping, everything. Like, I feel like they cover the basics, and I was really proud of our city for that. On the other hand, if we are the breeder, I feel like, although there may be some people that might not like our decision, if the decision is no, maybe you're not in a place in life right now where this would be the best time for a pig, but if we can provide the breeding services to our town, then I'm optimistic, because I do feel like pigs have a place as a pet.
For more information about pigs, you can check out Rosedale Ranch LLC on Facebook. For EagleAir TV, this has been Lily Maggard.
There are a couple Christian clubs here at NHS. Ellie Sorgenfry takes a look.
JAZMIN HOHMANN, a leader of GAG, says the club offers a way to build her faith.
Girls After God's Heart is a gathering of young women who want to grow their relationship with the Lord. We meet for GAG on Thursday mornings in Miss Rantner's room 215 at 7:10 in the morning. So we actually have an Instagram. You can find our handle at NixaGag. That's GAGH.
KARLEIGH Spence, another leader of GAG, says the meetings offer a welcoming environment.
Usually we start out by just having conversations, and then either me or Jasmine, mostly Jasmine, has a devotion prepared, and she reads it, and we read some scriptures, and sometimes we worship, but then after she reads it, we elaborate, and we just talk about our experiences and just what God's put on our hearts. It's a really great group of girls that comes, and it's really fulfilling, and it's a really great way to start out your morning. Even if you're not tight with your relationship with God, it's really good to connect with some sweet girls and just start your relationship and get closer. It's also a really great way to start your morning.
But Girls After God's Heart isn't the only faith-based club at NHS. MACY KOPP, a leader of FCA, says the club is open to anyone.
We meet in the choir room on Wednesdays at 7:05 a.m. It stands for Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and basically it's a club where we meet every Wednesday, just a lot of students. It's open to athletes and non-athletes, and we talk about God together. We do discussion groups, we bring in guest speakers, and we kind of just share our faith together and encourage each other, and it's a lot of fun.
KOPP says FCA is for everyone.
I would say definitely join. You know, we don't really have like a certain type of person that comes.
For EagleAir TV, this has been Ellie Sorgenfry.
Now it's time for the next segment of our Uke in the Know with TJ Sorgenfry.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Aloha, and welcome to this edition of our Uke in the Know. The phrase cancel culture has been floating around for a while now. I talked to some students about it in this new mini segment called Cancel or Keep. So, Dr. Seuss, cancel or keep?
Keep.
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 Keep. Keep. Popeye's chicken sandwich, cancel or keep?
Keep.
Oh, I'm keeping that.
Keep.
Cancel.
Cancel. Why?
I don't like the pickles on it, and if you take them off, the flavor doesn't go away.
I just think there's better options out there. Chick-fil-A is a lot better. Chick-fil-A is a lot better. Chick-fil-A is a lot better.
Now, it's time to celebrate some people. Congrats to the JROTC cadets who made up the academic and leadership teams who are making their way to Washington, D.C. Congrats to the wrestlers that made it to state and those that won. Congrats to Avery Rail and Elizabeth Jett for making the Missouri Scholars 100. Make sure to head on over to the Nixa High School website to register for summer school classes. And as always, thank you for tuning in to this edition of our Uke in the Know.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of EagleAir TV. We'll see you next time. This word of the month is bussin'. What you would say if something was really good. Tay, I didn't know your mama could cook this good. JJ, yeah, her food be bussin'. This has been Word of the Month.